Have 2 timeouts remaining, and we'll take timeout ourselves here from the RCA Dome. North Montgomery leads Bremen 2017 late in the fourth quarter. Hang on, folks. It's about over. We'll be right back.
Would not be shocked to see them come back with that with the screen out to the sideline again. That's something that that has been their most successful play, and they aren't getting anything running the ball. And I know Bremen's going to kill the clock all 3 times, but the danger with that is as you've already said, the turnover. I would say half the time it's a backward pass. I mean, you're kind of in a tough spot here if you're North Montgomery.
Well, if you're North Montgomery, Coach Charlie German, you know one thing's for sure, this game is far from over with 2:16 to play.
Well, the Chargers, Tom, need but 1 timeout.
No, they need 1 first down.
First down. They need 1 first down. I'm sorry.
I'll forgive you.
From the 44-yard line, like you have a choice. Flicker over center, 1 wide out to each side on a pack formation. On the handoff, Cervantes has the first down. Manny Cervantes crosses the 35 and the 30-yard line. He's knocked down at about the 27-yard line. First down, North Montgomery.
2:09 left to go. The clock stopped for them to move the chains. Now the clock will move. The 25 seconds on the play clock. BJ will milk this, force Bremen to use its remaining 2 timeouts. 1 more first down definitely seals this victory in a state championship for the North Montgomery Chargers, Jeffy.
A gain of 17 yards for Manny Cervantes. We are under 2 minutes to play at the RCA Dome. The play clock winds down, and BJ has to call timeout.
That's okay.
It's better than the 5-yard penalty.
Better than a 5-yard penalty because we're down to 1:45. Bremen still has 2 timeouts left to go. There's 25 seconds between plays. We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll set up the last 1:45. North Montgomery leads Bremen 20-17.
If the Lions can stop here and use the timeouts, they should still get the ball back with probably 1.5 minutes or a little less to play. But it will be deep in their own end.
They're going to definitely have to spend all their timeouts just to get the ball back. We've got 4 downs to play with. North Montgomery has 4 downs. Bremen can stop it twice. So they're probably going to get this under a minute. And there's no question they will.
North Montgomery, the key, keep the ball inbounds.
The Chargers of North Montgomery, Tom, have kept their composure, maybe better than the broadcasters have. And now BJ works out of the shotgun after calling the timeout. It's first down and 10. Works out of the spread. BJ pump fake. Oh, he's looking deep. He's looking for it all. And Calder has the ball off his left hand. He was 1 step away from the 6-point dagger into the heart of the Lions.
Yeah, but Jeff, what he just did is he saved Bremen from having to use a timeout. Now, 1:39 left to go. Second down and 10. 1:39. 2 timeouts for the Lions. Chargers still lead by 3.
14-24 passing, 2 touchdowns, 188 yards. Looks like Mr. Jeff George may be just safe in the second spot. Won't make a bit of difference if we engrave BJ's name on a state championship trophy. Second down and 10. Here's the handoff to Cervantes on the left side. He gets down to about the 25-yard line. He'll pick up 2. North Montgomery has rushed the ball 22 times for a total now of 72 yards. Cervantes has 7 carries for 32 yards. Templeman has 7 for 8. BJ 7 for a total of 22.
I tell you what now, Jeff, 1:32 remaining. North Montgomery facing a 3rd and long 8 from just outside the 25-yard line. If they can get the ball to the 17, the state championship will belong to the Chargers if they can get it on this or the next play.
As Tom mentioned, the Lions have used their 2nd timeout. Now the scoreboard shows North Montgomery is having used all their timeouts.
They have.
They have. Okay, thank you. I lost one somewhere in the shuffle. Doesn't matter. So now, Tom, do you gamble, throw the ball, try to get the first down, and leave it on the ground?
Because you have 2 plays to go 8 yards, and watch, Bremen, although they will tighten down now here in the middle, they've been pretty soft in the middle watching those other plays. If they're soft in the middle, BJ just needs to take it up the middle or give it to Kevin Templeman and see how fast and hard he can run.
The Bremen linebackers are back about 4 or 5 yards. Pro set formation behind Slicker, who stands over center. Will he call his own number? He'll take the snap. Wide pitch out to Templeman. He's got a blocker in front of him. He'll get to the 20, maybe to the 19-yard line. He'll get about...
Jeff, if they give him that spot, that's a first down.
Which side judge is it? No, he threw it back up.
He threw a beanbag.
Yeah, he threw a beanbag down. No. He was out of bounds clearly when he got to about the 20-yard line.
I agree with you, but the side judge went all the way up, but he went to retrieve the ball. I didn't see him throw a beanbag, and where he stopped, he was clear of the first down marker. Big play. 1:26 left to go. Unfortunately for the Chargers, they went out of bounds.
And the clock
again.
Right, so Bremen still keeps one timeout. 4th down and 2. The Chargers are 1 of 3 on 4th down conversion attempt. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Slicker with a pro set formation. The title may ride on one last shot here. BJ looking for the ball, gets it, wide pitch, Templeman cuts upfield. Oh man, Templeman turns right. He's got the first down. He's at the 15-yard line. He picks up the 4 most important yards of his life and may very well have sealed the fate.
And I'm going to start moving things out of the way because when these coaches who are next door come storming in for their post-game interviews, they are going to
be happy.
They're going to be very happy and jumping, and this is a low ceiling.
We'll keep him away from the cement here. That's all we got to do. BJ now looks in his prevent mode. He'll go to one knee. The ball's at the 15. He'll take the snap. Down he goes. Bremen will call their last timeout right here.
That's it, Jeff. North Montgomery will only have to run 2 more plays, and the North Montgomery Chargers, go ahead and say it,
are going to be the state football champions
in 2A. And what a difference a year makes.
This team made a pact with itself last year on the cold, wet, windy, muddy, miserable field at Danville after losing a sectional championship and just said, no more.
And I tell you what, they've come back from adversity. They had Mike Gerald, who they were going to rely on in the first part of the season, out with an injury. Kevin Templeman, who was going to be the key man in that offensive line, gets moved to fullback. He gets injured a couple times. They fight through that. BJ Slicker puts up big numbers. They lose Jason McCormick for a couple of games. Everyone steps up. They have 1 blemish on the record, and they have the first state title in Montgomery County, Jeff, in a boys team sport since 1911.
And that's a long time.
That's a real long time.
That's a real long time. Yes, Mr. Brent Harris, older than a lot of dirt.
And the last one is going to go out as the state leading passer in the state this season. He's going to go out once again with number 3 just behind Jeff George by about 30 yards. But he's going to go out something. He's going to go out something that certain people in Martinsville never did, going out as a state champ.
That's right. That's it. 2nd down and 11. The ball on the 16-yard line. Slicker rolls out. Now rolls to the left.
He'll fall down.
No, still rolling. Oh, what a block. Jason Brown threw a block on Rickett and knocked him 6 yards backwards. And BJ slides at the 25-yard line to lose 9, and we're under 30 seconds to go. The official has not started the play clock. Now he did. Scott Kegley, play seat, flies out on the field. The North fans below us rise to cheer their champions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the North Montgomery Chargers have won the state football championship with a 20-17 win over the Bremen Lions. It is North on top of the world, on top of the hill, and Tom Coyle, the view is so pretty. It is so clear from the top of the hill.
You cannot feel any better than you do right now, Jeff. And I tell you what, I'm absolutely speechless.
Kurt Slicker. All you can say is, man, wasn't that fun?
Hey, baby, we are number one. I don't care what anybody says. We're state champs in 1995. We're the best.
Your team never, ever, ever lost its composure down in the field.
Oh, awesome. They believed the whole time that we were going to win the game at halftime. We believed that we could beat this team, and they made it happen on the field.
The defense and offense, Tommy Luke, was absolutely incredible today.
Yes, it was. Shut out the first half, and it looks like Bremen's going to get another one. But, the crowd was yelling, "We believe," in the second half. The players believed it. Boy, that first touchdown to Jason Gwynn was an incredible catch. And, then the play we just made the plays when we had to in the second half.
Guys, let's go down in the field.
All right.
We'll take a break from the RCA Dome. I'm heading to the field with the coaches. I'll be talking with Charlie German and everybody I can get my hands on. One more time, and say it with some flair. North Montgomery wins the state championship 20-17. So I tell you what, joining us, Southmont varsity football coach Rick Malone. And Coach, you know what this feels like. You won your state championship. There can be no sweeter feeling than this.
No, there isn't. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. This culminates in a great game tonight, and congratulations to them. And they earned it tonight. 2017.
We talked at halftime about what North needed to do, the adjustments they needed to make, and one of those was the defense needed to step up and make some plays it wasn't making before, and that's exactly what they did.
Oh, they did. Bremen runs that option there on that last drive they had, and North has gobbled it up, and that's been a big play for them, throughout the night. And so the defense stepped up when they had to step up.
I tell you what, this is something that's a little different from when you were coaching your state championship team at Fountain Central. They now award the championship medallions down on the field. I know Crawfordsville Athletic Director Bruce Whitehead, showing the community support, asked specifically to get to work this game. He will be handing out probably the championship trophy to North Montgomery. And you just can't say enough about this team. You've seen them all the way along. You've seen these kids for 4 years. You've coached against them. You've been around them at camps and things like that. And you got to be happy for every one of them. You got to be really happy for Charlie German and his entire coaching staff.
Oh yeah, I'm real happy for Charlie. Charlie's a class guy, and he works his tail off, and it's just a great victory for him, the kids, and his staff. They've worked at it all year, and they had the pressure on them all year. Everybody was talking about you got a team that can win a state championship, and that put a lot of heat on them. But they did the job when they had to.
I said, when I came out of the field, I see Jeff Nelson as the team starts to line up. Charlie German is facing more now than he did during the entire ball game. And Jeff Nelson, I know, trying to flag him down. I see Jeff going over and giving Charlie a big hug, and big hugs in return. I tell you what, we'll take it down to the field, and Jeff Nelson with victorious coach Charlie German. We're down here on the field of the RCA Dome with the state champion coach Charlie German. Coach, man, it can't feel any better than it does right now.
No, it can't. I'd like to say hello to my mother who couldn't make the game tonight. She's in Petersburg, Indiana. I know she's listening on the radio, Mom. We got this one. We got it for a whole bunch of folks. Coach, your team never lost its composure on this field. We don't lose our composure when our quarterback doesn't lose his composure. When he keeps his composure, he has the full confidence of the team. They know he's going to get the ball to the right receiver, and our receivers made huge plays tonight. Jason Gwynn's catch on that end of the field, Sean Ratcliffe's beautiful catch on the other end. And then our defense, maybe we let up a couple times and they made some good plays, but overall I think we really stopped their running game tonight. That was the key. You said it all the way through. You held them down in between the tackles and made them work awfully hard to get the yards they got. Guys came up with big sticks every time they needed one. We played straight cover one all night, and we said our guys are going to at least contain their wide receivers. We're going to have 8 guys up to stop the run. We're going to make them drive the long field. We're going to make them play ball control, and it worked out for us because we had a good offense that was able to score when the defense caused Bremen to have to give up the football. Champions don't give up the football. You had no turnovers tonight. That's what the whole key is. If you have 2 teams that are well matched, if you can keep yourself from having turnover problems, and if you can get the ball in B.J. Slicker's hands in the fourth quarter, you got a chance to get to anybody. Was there any one thing in the game that went so well that you somewhere knew you were going to become the state champion? Yeah, I thought when the clock went off at the end of the game, we were going to be state champions. I think that, Mr. Obvious here is the last drive when we patiently worked the ball down the field. We used ball control passing and did not get in a hurry. Montgomery. And Sean Ratcliffe came up with a great call by Coach Kegley that turned it into a touchdown.
Ratcliffe, big catch. Everybody's been a hero, whether it's McCormick's kickoff return. BJ calls the play. Last week, somebody else catches the ball. Ratcliffe gets the catch for the win this week. This team is so dynamic and so deep.
I think that's the key to this whole team, is that everybody has given up their individual glory for the betterment of the whole team. And we pulled together tonight. There wasn't any bickering. There wasn't any arguing between kids on each side of the ball, whether it's offense or defense. They hung in there, and they just had faith they were going to get it done.
Coach, congratulations. What a great win. State championship.
Yeah, it was a nice win. That's an understatement.
Charlie German down on the field. We're going to wander over here and catch up with another coach real quickly if we can. As again, it is the state champion, North Montgomery Chargers. We've got Scott Kegley here. We'll take a second away from his time. Offensive coordinator Scott Kegley. I think you threw your play sheet almost as far as one of BJ's passes there when you finally realized that the ultimate had happened and this team had won a state championship.
This was the kind of game that wasn't over till it was over. In the second half, both teams played like champions. I'm just so proud of our kids. Whatever it took, we got it done. If it took a kickoff return, if it took the 10-15 play series, whatever it took, the kids executed what had to be done. I'm just so proud of these kids. They played like champions.
What was the offensive secret tonight? I mean, it looked like you ran the ball a little bit when you needed to. You passed it when you needed to. Everything just seemed to click at the right time.
We just wanted to get the ball in kids' hands that could make plays, and they weren't very, there were a couple times where we went deep just to keep them stretched back so they wouldn't crowd the line of scrimmage, but essentially we were just going to get the ball to our athletes and let athletes make plays, and tonight they made plays like champions.
Well, you guys really did. The first play of the game, 54 yards, that certainly had to work somebody out.
Well, we had a feeling that they'd bite on that play very first time. Mac got behind them, BJ put it out there, and from that point on, it was checked.
Coach, we got to go down for social presentations down to the end of the field, and we'll take a timeout from the field at the RCA Dome, where the state champion North Montgomery Chargers are about to be awarded the Big Hardware State Champ 1995 Class 2A. We'll be back down on the field right after this timeout.
Dome with the North Montgomery Chargers, the 1995 Class 2A state football champion, thanks to a 20-17 victory over the Bremen Lions. Right now, the individual medals are being passed out. We're going to kick the ball back on the field to Jeff Nelson, Greg Simpson, and the rest of the guys.
Back down on the field here at the RCA Dome, where we're going to try and get in and chat with a couple more of the coaches. First of all, real quickly while we're handing out some awards, Athletic Director Chuck Colson. Chuck, what a night for Montgomery.
What a fantastic evening, all the way from what a great crowd, a great bunch of kids on the field, a great coaching staff. What an effort by those kids. What a fantastic effort by Radcliffe on that play. That just epitomized the whole season for these guys. A lot of heart, a lot of guts, and what more can you say?
You can't say much except champions, champions, champions.
State champions. What a great sound that is.
That feels so good. Chuck Kristen, thank you very, very much. We're going to get Mike Sauer here for just a second. Defensive coordinator Mike Sauer. Stop the run. Yeah, we tried real hard tonight, and I think we got the job done. 17 points is pretty good. We're real happy with this one. Special teams are outstanding tonight, getting that big touchdown when we needed. Wynn making the outstanding catch in the end zone. We stopped it, forced them to kick the field goal. I think that was probably the biggest thing, for my part, my side of the ball, the biggest thing that happened for us defensively all night. I was concerned. We go for it on the fourth down. We didn't get it. And I was like, back against the wall, we really got to suck it up. And the kids did a great job. 3 instead of 7, that's the difference in the ball. ball game right there. It sure is, Coach Sauer. Was there any defensive key tonight where something started out really well and you stayed with it that you weren't counting on? Just letting the kids play football tonight. Ralph Haynes, who saw him when he walked in, his good friend, coach down 7 in the end, he said, Mike, he said, tonight's the night you let the kids play. And we came in, we were at a little stunt package going, we used a few of them, got to the point where they were sending backs out so much that we just couldn't do them. So we were just letting the kids play. And like I said, they did it. They're great. They're great. And the coaches are great. The fans are great. What a great night. And they're outstanding. They sure are. They sure are. I know that, Mike. And we're getting close to trophy presentation here time, and we're certainly not going to keep you away from that. But my goodness, you never let Bremen run between the tackles all night tonight. That was his favorite area to run. That's where they ran the ball most. And I told us guys before the game started at our little meetings, I said, guys, tackle. I said, that's the difference in the ball game. We own the AB gap. We win. And you now own the state championship trophy. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Very welcome. We're going to let the coaches get their awards here in just a couple of seconds as the ISFAA folks are getting down close to us. J.D. Mintz over talking to Mark Crump from the Journal Review. We're going to let everybody kind of get let the trophy presentations happen, guys, down here on the field. And we'll kick things back up to you up in the booth, and we'll be back down on the field. We'll try and catch up with a couple of the players as the celebration just starts here at the RCA Dome. The North Montgomery Chargers are the state champions of Class 2A football for 1995. It's 20-17, and there isn't a sweeter sound in the world than that moment when you guys getting their trophies. Back up to the booth. We'll talk to you in a minute.
And I tell you what, that loud crowd noise that you hear is the crowd cheering for the coaching staff as they receive their championship medallion. The North Montgomery Chargers win a state title. They come from behind in a second straight week, trailing 7-0 at the end of the first half, trailing 11-8 at the end of the first quarter. They outscore Bremen 12-7 in the fourth quarter. Big plays both ways for both teams, and the Chargers escape with their first state championship. And Coach Malone, I tell you what, you talk about not wanting to give up big plays in a big game, and that's what happens when you need to take care of the ball. North Montgomery, who's been penalty plagued all season, had but 4 penalties in the game. They never put the ball on the carpet.
Yeah, they didn't make the little mental mistakes. They didn't, no silly penalties, no turnovers. They did the things they had to do to win the ball game. And you're not going to win the ball game if you got penalties and turnovers, and they played an excellent ball game.
And I tell you what, for the Bremen side, I can't believe Bremen could play any better than they played tonight. They played an excellent ball game. They took advantage of what North gave them. They tried to do their things, and North just flat stopped them from running between the tackles.
Yeah, they did. That's what, Bremen's lived on, and they did a great job of taking away the things that Bremen likes to do. Giving the ball to Hunt inside, and, they took away the option game in the second half. And I think that was a big key. The defense stepped up and made Bremen do some things they didn't like to do, which is throw the ball. And the defensive backs played great man coverage. And you got to give a lot of credit to the defensive backs because they just made Bremen try to run the ball, and the inside linebackers took away everything they wanted to do because the front four were making Bremen block them, using double teams and things like that, different kinds of schemes, allowing those linebackers to flow the way they did. That's what the game was.
I tell you what, on that note, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we've already had the presentation of the trophy, the state championship trophy from Athletic Director Bruce White from Crawfordsville. It's gone to the seniors, and we'll take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll be back with more state championship celebration. You're listening to 103.9 WIMC in Crawfordsville.
Please come to the award stand to share in this honor. The recipient of this award, while a student of grade 12, was nominated
And things just get sweeter here at the RCA Dome. Not only do the North Montgomery Chargers win their first ever state title, but Jason Gwynn has just been given the Phil M. Eskew Award as the Outstanding Mental Attitude Award for the state championship in Class 2A. And I tell you what, John, it could not have come for a better kid.
That's right. You know, Jason Gwynn is just the type of kid that can, you know, get the schoolwork and come out here and do an excellent job on the football field. Anything he does, he gives 110%, and that's what the Mental Attitude Award winner is supposed to do, give 110% in life, and that is Jason Gwynn. And I